Well, morning and day two. We got a sick camera guy over here. Can barely see his hand raised. He's still alive. That counts for something. We know at least we don't got to bury him. And Bo said that Cheerios and Frosted Flakes are like the help killing food of the morning. So
that's right.
That's what we had for breakfast. And Tim said that he prefers Fruit Loops. So he's not sure if he can hunt today because he didn't get Fruit Loops.
We'll make it work. There's Frosted Flakes. We'll be good.
Frosted. Okay. Frosted.
It'll work.
It'll work. All right. So we're going to go back up where we glassed those out last night and see if today they decided to be on public. And if they are, we know a road where we can loop over, and then we got about a 2.5 mile hike in there. And we're going to try to do that before the monsoon comes. Because it's supposed to, the forecast says heavy rain by 2 o'clock today. And wind. Temperatures dropping with heavy snow tonight. We're supposed to, by this time tomorrow, we're supposed to have 5 to 8 inches on the ground. Drove up to the top of this knob here. Where last night over the east side here we saw 2 groups of elk that were, one was definitely on private, one looked like it was right on the boundary, and now this morning not seeing anything, but they'll be out. Tim's over there, Bo's over here, and they told me to look this way. I think they sent me this way because they're like, oh, there aren't going to be any elk there anyhow. The old blind man can't see them anyhow. So no loss if he's glassing over there. But the rain that was supposed to be here this morning, it looks like it got delayed about 10 hours according to the weather forecast. One of the benefits of getting up high here is you can get a weather forecast.
You know, there definitely is not very many elk in here, especially compared to last year. And that has, I think, everything to do with the weather. It sure is windy, though. There's just a lot of pressure in here, too. There's so many people. I mean, there's probably 40 different camps that we've seen in here, so just gotta be patient. Glass places and go to places people aren't. Hopefully turn up some elk. I'm ready to start hiking, too, though. Let's burn off some boot rubber as fast as we can.
It's looking like it could be a good day. It's a lot less windy over on this side over here, but we haven't seen them yet. We're just getting enough light to really start looking, but boy, we can see a long ways from up here. I'm feeling pretty good about it.
You find them?
Yeah. Me neither. One of them is wearing what appears to be a string bikini of orange.
Yeah, that's the standard thing in Montana. You get one of those little mesh ones that... Well, I can assure you there are more people on these mountains right now than there are elk. Saw 3 vehicles up there. An ATV over here. Tim saw an ATV over there. We saw 4 hunters up there. Some down in the bottom. Didn't they know that this week we reserved this place?
Yeah, we wanted the spot.
Went on the U.S. Forest Service Airbnb and asked if I could reserve this. So what we're doing, folks, is sitting here glassing. You can see forever, which is good. But you can't see any elk because they aren't here right now. Which is not good. They're going to be here in about 48 hours, though. If we hadn't planted our stake right here with our film permit, I'd move around more, but we can't really do much. We're film permitted for about 10 miles that way and 10 miles that way. But it's all about the same. Today is Saturday, right? You know, when I do seminars, you know what I say?
What?
Show up on Sunday and hunt Monday through Friday.
That's right.
And what are we doing? We showed up on Thursday and hunted Friday. We're going to hunt Friday through Tuesday. That's the dumbest thing.
Sometimes it's going to work.
Sorry, Tim.
It's going to work.
All right.
It's going to work great.
I tell people, if you can make it work with your schedule, don't hunt weekends. Let the other people hunt the weekend. Then what do I do? We're moving to a different spot, folks. We're going to find where the elk are. They're not here. But like I always say, the secret to finding them is finding where they're not. So that by the time you're all done, the where they're not part is the big part of your map, and the spot you still haven't looked is the little part of your map.
Well, after trying to sleep off this sickness, and I don't know, I just have no energy. I feel like I'd be a hold up to the group, but Randy's gonna take me into the nearest town, and my wonderful girlfriend's gonna come pick me up. I feel pretty down about leaving the guys, but I also don't want to slow anyone up or get anyone else sick, so pretty sure it's not the Rona, because I got tested. Jonathan and I both got tested before leaving for this trip, so if I had picked it up, it would have been either at the doctor's office or I don't know. But so unfortunately I'm heading out, but I got high confidence in this crew that they're gonna get an elk on the ground, if not a couple. So good luck to you guys, and I feel bad, but don't know what else to do. So that's the end of the road for me on this trip, but good luck, guys.
Well, we're back from dropping Michael off. His girlfriend came to town and picked him up. He's not looking good. He slept the whole way into town, coughing, hacking. I don't know what he's got, but hopefully none of us get it. So, we're back here. Gonna figure out what the next plan is. We got tonight where it's supposed to be still clear, but windy as all get out. And then about 8 o'clock tonight, the snow is supposed to start. And tomorrow could be no visibility whiteout, but that's all right. Monday and Tuesday are going to be elk killing days. Promise you. Well, I think we're going to go do an exercise in utility here. The wind was blowing about 40 miles an hour a little bit ago. Now it's down to about 15. And it was raining really hard, but now it's just drizzling. So we're going to drive up to this glassing spot where last year we saw a bunch of elk from that glassing spot. And we're going to see if we can use loopholed optics to look through all of the moisture that's in the air. Like rain mixed with snow. So anyhow, we're going to go out just because, yeah, it's futile, but if you're an elk hunter, you don't spend the last 2.5 hours of prime light in your tent. Now tomorrow morning, when it's a whiteout blizzard, we'll reassess whether or not we're real elk hunters. Whether we're smart elk hunters or just candy asses.
Well, let's do it.
You good with that? All right.
Well, I often think when you're elk hunting, you want everything just to show up right here, right now. And, you know, we have to hunt during these dates. We can't hunt other dates. And so we have to deal with conditions like, you know, too warm weather, then too much moisture, and then full moon and lots of hunting pressure and hunting the weekend. So the first 3 days of our hunt are going to be not ideal at all, but we're kind of waiting and putting all of our eggs in the basket of hoping that after the pressure system moves in and some of the hunting pressure leaves, that we can locate some elk. elk we did locate, we got all busted up by some hunters this morning, and it's just public land hunting. So just being patient and trying to enjoy yourself and not be in a hurry, and keep glassing lots of area, lots of country, see if you can figure out what's actually happening. And we have so many vantage points that it's good, but we're not turning up a lot of elk, and so I think these elk have been pressured for a couple weeks of the season, and the landscape tells a big story. And I think the elk that are around in the surrounding mountain ranges that are higher elevation than this, once the snow comes, this is their staging area where they'll come to get ready for the winter range, which is pretty close to here, and if they have a light winter, they'll just winter here. So just be patient. And the toughest thing for me is, we know lots of good places to go in Montana, and I've hunted a lot of different mountain ranges, and I'm the type of guy that's like, well, this is tough hunting, not a many elk here, let's go to a place that we think will be better. But with the film permit, you can't just do that. So producing content and learning from Randy, I'm realizing, you kind of sometimes get handcuffed to a certain area, and so you have to be patient and think of new strategies of how to make it work. And there's so many little nooks and crannies and pockets back here that I feel like we're going to find the elk, but they have no reason to come out. They have plenty of feed in the north-facing slopes and in the south-facing slopes, and there's a lot of timber patches and open parks. They really don't have to come out too much.
Tim, it's getting cold.
It's getting real cold.
The wind's still blowing.
Yeah, it doesn't take long for it to blow the heat right off of it.
Day 2, folks. We're going back to camp. Bo says he's got something special for tonight. I don't know what it is, but we're going to find out. We'll see you at the tent.
Alright, we're getting some onions going real quick. Got some veggies going.
Bo Beatty is the best backcountry cook I've ever encountered. But I already knew that from prior trips. And right now, I'm the beneficiary of his supreme talent.
This is better than what you get at a restaurant any day of the week. And he's whipping it up on this little camp stove. I'll be in a coma soon, but it's going to be a happy coma.
And like the weatherman said, it was going to snow last night. I woke up at 5:15 and the cloud level was like right down here in the valley. So, can't see anything. But, now you can see a little better. 7 o'clock.
I think this will get them moving. We did get the snow, so that's nice. Just need the ability to go look for them now. But I'm with you, I'm thinking they're still coming in, but they're up high.
After Bo feeding us bacon, we are now realizing how little sleep we got last night. Pounding the inside of our tent to knock all the snow out when it would sag the ceiling in. And since it's still pretty much no visibility, I'm thinking of going and starting the fire over in that other tent, crawling in my sleeping bag and taking a nap. I don't know I'd get any more sleep now than I did last night, but
I don't know. It's a little cooler. It may stay snow a little longer instead of water.
it's raining in here.
It's about lunchtime. Randy and Tim were sleeping. We had 2 more steaks in the cooler. So Jonathan and I snuck in and we're cooking these bad boys up. Snooze, you lose, brother. How do you think it turned out?
Very good, very good.
So good. Welcome.
Huh?
Welcome.
Thank you.
Did you get any sleep in?
A little bit. Thankfully.
I wonder if we'll have another wave of snow because I just kind of do this for a while.
Gonna warm up the truck. Got a big layer of ice on it. Might take a little while for it to get warmed up enough. So, get this thing ready to go find an elk. As a collective group, we're about ready to go brave the elements at 13 degrees and 20 mile an hour wind. Because tonight, I'm going to clear off. These elk know it. They're staging. They're getting ready to start moving and feeding. Tomorrow, or Tuesday, that's when you kill elk. We sat around and got fat all day. Now we're going to kill an elk. What we did is we drove up here to where we can glass all kinds of directions, and we're trying to be right at the cloud line. So the higher you get, obviously, the better you can see. But get too high and you get in the clouds. And what's happening is the wind's blowing some clouds in here, and visibility's coming and going, coming and going. I know the whole valley is fogged in.
Settling in on us.
Let's go hunt them like mountain lions and look for tracks.
Look for tracks, huh? Well, we could go drive around and look for tracks.
We're not going to find any, but it makes me feel good.
Well, folks, we're back. And we didn't really see anything because every place we went was snowed in or fogged in or whatever you want to cloud it in. See, that's the solution if you're a good Idaho boy. Show them there, Bo. If your dehydrated meal gets a little runny, you put a little Idaho
Put a little Idaho one in it.
Can't go wrong. Shepherd's pie. Kirsten Beatty. Queen of the homemade meal.
Woo! Still got eyebrows?
Drove up the mountain to our favorite glassing spot, which is up here, and the cloud level was mostly like somewhere nearby. You couldn't see anything. So we got in the rig, drove way down into the valley, and then the valley socked in with snow and clouds. And so we came back here and we ate some Kirsten Beatty's shepherd's pie.
I'm here with the best group of guys you can imagine, and so I'm calm because I'm having the time of my life regardless, and I have full confidence in this group of guys. So It will come together the way it's supposed to, no matter.
All right. Well, we got that on film, folks. If it turns out to be a dud, if we lay an egg on this trip, you heard Tim say he had full confidence.
100%, right up till the end. We're good.
Tomorrow. Thanks for being here.